What's up, everybody? This is Cool Dude, and welcome back to another chill discussion. I'm just gonna hop right into it. Today we're gonna be talking about how change is inevitable. Now, you may have heard this saying a lot in the past, and hell, probably a lot more people have covered it better than I will. But I still want to address this to those people who haven't maybe learned about this. But if you've looked throughout history, you can go back to the Cold War, the '80s, even like to the development of the American Revolution. You know what all those things have in common? They came about because of change. I mean, you want to know why everyone loves the '80s so much? Yes, because it was awesome and had a lot of good music and artists and everything. But also, it just had a lot of change, a lot of new things, a lot of great new things for the world. And that's why I think '80s is just great. It's just the best decade in a lot of people's eyes, including mine. But I didn't grow up in it. But it looks awesome. The Cold War, there was a lot of fighting communism that needed to change. There was a lot of just people growing to become familiar with capitalism and the benefits of it. That needed to change. It's the whole Russian society changed. It all came about because of change. And whether people like to admit it or not, change is inevitable. And some people might think, no, it's not. Change doesn't have to happen. And it does. It does. For us to progress and for us to move on as a society, I thoroughly believe that we need to change. Now, that's not to say we need to change all the time, but we need to know when we need to change. And I think particularly nowadays, we need to change. We've taken a huge step backwards in America. We're taking backwards, and our president, love him or hate him, I don't think he's helping the situation at all. And do not hate on me in the comments, please. I do not want this to be a political firestorm, even though there's no stopping you commenting. But still, just try to understand. What I'm trying to say is that the world, it's not changing. It's feels like it's stagnant, just remaining in one thing. We're just keep doing the same thing over and over again. Just staying in our homes, being unsanitary. And if we want to move on, we need to change. And more importantly, for the purpose of this video, the main focus I want to mention is you guys need to let change happen. Whether it's the old generation, the new generation. Because the problem with change happening is you people that don't want to see change happen. Whether you like it or not, change is going to happen, and it needs to happen. We can't be doing the same thing over and over, because that's not progress. If anything, that's taking a step completely backwards. In these events, you're letting history repeat itself. And oftentimes, more often than not, history repeating itself does not lend well to success. And it does not lend well for us, developing in the best way possible. So, change is just another part of life. Whether it's a minor change in the way we're living, or whether it's a major change and how it affects the whole world, we need to change. Now, some people may not like that. And I understand. Change can be a little scary sometimes. Not everyone is ready for it. But you can't, just try not to stop it. Because when you stop it, you're only creating more problems for us. The world that's trying to move on, that's trying to progress, that's trying to just forward ourselves in the right direction. I just do believe that change is not only inevitable, but it's necessary for our survival and for the world to just be a better place. You think we would have gotten to where we are now if our founding fathers didn't take a stand, make a change against British Parliament? No, we wouldn't have been here. You think we would have made as many, African-American rights as we did if MLK Jr. hadn't led his political charge? Do you think that we would have been here, that the Nazis wouldn't have taken over the entire world if people like FDR and Winston Churchill didn't take a stand against Hitler and all his Nazis? No. None of that would have happened without change. The idea of change is more important than you might think. And I believe it must happen right now. Because the way things are going, we're not doing the best. Especially not in 2020, which is by far one of the worst years in our lives. I think for all of us, for most of us. So, whether we want to accept it or whether we want to deny it. Change, it's the future. It's how we are going to evolve and how we're going to learn from our mistakes. Because if we keep doing the same thing over and over, eventually history is going to repeat itself. Society is going to crumble because we're not doing anything, and we're never going to progress. We're just always going to be in that same mindset and that same activity. So for better or worse, we need to accept change. Because that's the only way, in my opinion, that the world is going to advance for the better. And that's going to wrap it up for this chill discussion. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. This video might be a political firestorm. Just try to make it not be. I mean, if you disagree with me, fine, but just don't be a jerk and leave it in the comment section and just send death threats like a 3-year-old. And until next time, guys, stay cool, stay safe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.